Welcome to Fields of View, a podcast from the Version 1 Podcast Network. Fields of View dives into the lives of content creators and what they truly think of this insanely competitive world. Episodes come out every other Wednesday on my YouTube channel in video form, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. Today, we have the wonderful Sweeettails, which I'm super excited to talk to her about content creation and all of that. I personally have been a content creator for almost 7-8 years now, so I'm really excited to talk to Tails about how long she's been a creator and who she is.
Woo-hoo!
So, introduce yourself, girl.
Hi. Sorry. Okay. First and foremost, it's about getting the views, girl. So I had to twerk it for you a little bit, you know? We got to get the views. We got to get the people listening. We got to get the people watching. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to do what you got to do. But thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
When you invited me on, I was like, hell yeah, let's talk, you know?
We do love talking, so.
We do love talking.
Give a little intro, who you are, how long you've been a content creator.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. Okay. My name is Sweeettails. You can call me Tails. Most people call me Tails. I've been content creating for 4 years now, and it's completely changed my life. I'm a variety streamer. I like to make people laugh. I'm loud. I cuss a lot. I like dads. And I don't know what else is. I wheeze. And that's pretty much sums up what I am, I guess.
What got you into like being a creator, like on Twitch? Like, was it like video games? Was it just like wanting to entertain people? Like, how did you get started?
Oh, that's a good question. So I've always played video games my whole entire life. I was a nerd. I played Zoo Tycoon. I played Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I loved Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Right? Obsessed. I used to love like sabotaging the rides and letting them die. It was or like picking them up and drowning them.
Or like maybe throwing up all over the park.
I know. It was so gross. I was like, I'm going to put you in a box and just not let you leave the park ever. And then I played Sims and then, moved over to console and played Call of Duty and everything. And a lot of people know this story already, but for the people that don't know, I went through a really bad breakup, moved back home with my parents, and I was playing Call of Duty every night, and I was posting it on my Instagram. This was 4 years ago, so it was a completely different industry and world back then, and people are like, you should stream on Twitch. And I'm like, what the f*** is that? And then the rest is history. So I decided to start streaming, and it just took off from there, and here we are today.
Do you find yourself like playing more games or doing more like just chatting and talking to your community and like engaging and entertaining that way?
I started streaming playing games. Call of Duty was my go-to. I would play COD all the time. And then over time, my content I feel like me personally, it's evolved. It's definitely not so game focused anymore, but I feel like that's kind of the way everything's turning out to be right now, because I don't ever want to put myself,
in
specifically in one category.
Yeah.
If you want to be an overall content creator, you kind of have to just be very broad with what you do. I mean, some people are very successful playing one game. Yeah. I just like the freedom to do whatever the I want. So.
Yeah. And I can 100% relate. There's been times where I've been like just doing one game and then I want to play something else and then everyone leaves and I'm like, this is so depressing.
Yeah. No, so it's definitely something you have to keep in mind when you're building your community. And it's important. But I mean, it just depends on what you want too. Yeah. Like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I actually was going to ask like, we were supposed to talk about how we met. I think I remember the first time
Tinder. I saw her on Tinder. She's so fucking hot. I swiped right. Sorry, I'm just saying. Can we just talk about how pretty Autumn is, though? For real? Like, I'm over here looking like a homely person. No. Look at you and your background and your lighting, and I'm over here just like wearing a t-shirt. This is literally what I almost like woke up in the morning wearing, and I'm just like, I'm chilling.
I love it. It's a great shirt, though. It's a great shirt. Great.
Yeah, but you're over here.
For those of you guys listening, you have to watch the YouTube videos. You can see how beautiful she looks. So
you can see how beautiful Autumn looks. Okay. Anyways, sorry, just kidding.
No, I was gonna mention like how we met. It's funny because like I don't remember. I think it was about GTA. I don't know if I messaged you or you messaged me. I think you wanted the NRP and then I messaged you. But I remember I first saw your Rap God tweet that you have pinned on your Twitter. And I remember seeing that. And I was like, holy crap, this chick's insane. Like, what
that clip is so old. Like, people, it's like one of those things where people are like, you need to unpin that. It's like 2 years old. And I'm like, I can't though. Yeah, it's so old. I need a new pin tweet, but
it's great.
Yeah, no, you reached out to me for GTA.
Yeah. And I love that, like, you wanted to get in a call off stream. I just thought it was like so genuine. Like, not a lot of creators like actually want to like have a conversation. Like, I just love that so much. I was like, man, this girl's so genuine. She's so kind. Like, you can tell like you just like really wanted to get into a new game and like try it out. And I just thought that was really cool.
I try really hard not to be a clout chaser. And I'm not saying clout chasing is bad, but I literally, and I've said this since day one, you know, I've prided myself on building my community myself. Granted, I've had help from other people, but mainly because of me and the content. And I think that's why my community is so hardy and it has such an amazing foundation. So that's why I get really weird networking and like get really weird. That's why like I wanted to talk to you because I didn't want it to be like, again, in this industry, it's very hard to read people and what their motives are. And I've been burned many times and I just, you know, so I have a close circle and I think it's just important to genuinely build those friendships before you do anything just to make sure, just in case. But that's why I wanted to make you comfortable. And I think that's why it was just really important to me. But we had so much fun. We got to play again. I fell off, but I want to get back into it.
I haven't played in so long too, but like, back on your topic of like being burned and stuff. I have never had anyone reach out like, hey, let's get in a conversation. I was like, oh my God, I was kind of nervous, but I was like, oh my God, okay, like this is awesome. But
I want to make friends. That's why.
And I'm also really bad at like networking because I just feel so incredibly awkward like reaching out to other people. Like I don't want them thinking I'm using them. I'm just like, hey, I just really want friends. I just really want a friend.
I just want friends and I don't care. Like I just want friends. But this is also the important thing is I want friends, but I also want friends that I'm going to say a term that people say a lot, mutuals, right?
Yeah.
So not because of their viewership or their, you know, their notoriety, but because mutuals understand and you can talk to each other, you can relate to each other because they understand where you are and where they are because they're living the same thing. Yeah. So finding friends and finding friends that are also mutuals, meaning when I say that, meaning like same stats, like in the same space in terms of growth kind of thing. It's hard to do that. And that's when it gets tricky networking. But you were so sweet and we hit it off right away and it was great. So now we're friends for life.
Yes, exactly. If you guys didn't know, we actually played a lot of Grand Theft Auto on the NoPixel RP server. And it was a hoot. It was so funny. This girl is hilarious.
so funny.
People would bring me to other rooms and be like, who is this girl? And I'm like, who did you bring along?
I'm such a weirdo though. Like I don't care. Like I don't care what people think of me, but I felt like it was definitely what I was meant to do. I want to get back into it. I do.
No, you were like perfect for it. I definitely struggle with RP of like not caring what other people think because I'm like, oh, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Or like, oh, I don't want to like ruin people's RP. But like, you're just like,
you're too nice. You're too nice. But that's 100%. Why we love you. She's such a sweetheart. But there's inside of you, deep inside of you, we're going to get that autumn's going to come out. Okay. We got to see that side. We got to see the claws.
Yeah. So with TikTok, like you are huge on TikTok. You have so many followers, a lot of big community there. Was TikTok like you'd say like your big break of like really getting yourself out there, or, like getting the views?
Absolutely. 100%. I would not be where I am if it wasn't because of TikTok. Yeah. Because discoverability on social media platforms these days is impossible.
Yeah.
But then here comes TikTok, where it could be Joe Schmo, it could be anything. You post a video, and all it takes is something to go viral, and people are like, "Who is this?" Yeah. And then perfecting that and learning it, seeing what other people that are doing that are just as successful as you. And again, perfecting that, and then beautiful TikTok baby born, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without TikTok for sure, hands down.
Yeah, no, the algorithm on TikTok is crazy. I don't know how they do it, but I wish all social media had the same like engagement and.
Yeah, like, I think I think a lot of social media platforms are heading in that direction.
Yeah,
you know, with Reels and YouTube and Shorts and stuff like that. But I mean, I was definitely growing. Don't get me wrong. Before I hit TikTok, we were leaps and bounds. But that TikTok just gave me that extra push.
Yeah.
To get me in front of the amount of people that I really wanted to be in front of. Yeah. But the hard part about that is you can get in front of the people, but you have to keep them.
Yeah.
And that 100%. That is
audience
what it's
retention
about.
Is like so important.
Yeah.
A lot of people really forget about that, especially as a content creator. Like the thing is too, you always have to be pushing content on all platforms all the time. People don't realize, like, hey, it's a little.
You guys have no idea what it takes. Being a content creator is a job and a half. I'll tell you that. It's a grind. Like the grind is real.
Yeah.
But keeping the people, and that's why I make people laugh. Because for me, that's the best way to retain people is if you can make them laugh, you can get them through that door, then usually they stay.
Like, oh man,
and that's
this girl's
why.
so funny. Let me come back.
Yeah. Or fucking weird. I like that too. So we're going to watch her.
Actually, it goes into my next question. Did you always add comedy into your content? Like, was it always something like was just very natural for you?
Yeah. So when I first started streaming, I was very uncomfortable. I was I was always myself. I was loud. The more I started streaming and the more I got comfortable and the more I stopped giving a fuck is when my content really took off. And I was just like, yeah. So I've always, if you look back at old clips of me, old YouTube videos, I've always been loud. I've always had big reactions. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
Even outside of streaming, I was always like the life of the party. Like I always loved to make people laugh. So it's always been incorporated into my content, but the more confident and comfortable I got, the more I started coming out of my shell, like started to really, really embrace that and be like, oh, wow, people actually like me for just being me.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And I think when like the streamer world, we all like conform to this certain like person. So it's really nice. And it's interesting when you see a content creator that's like uniquely who they are. And that's like for sure you, when you watch you, like, it's so different than like anyone else, like doing the same old thing like every single day. Like you're just a crazy wild.
Oh, thank you. I would get weird when people give me compliments. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, you are great. Like you're so great. What is one of the coolest or craziest moments that have happened on your stream? Like something that's like super memorable.
Shit.
If you have none, that's okay. Or you can.
There have been a lot of memorable. I had a community member write a song for me.
Aww.
That broke me. She sang a song and wrote a song, and that like it's usually the most memorable moments are centered around my community and what they've done for me. I know it's such a like cliche thing to say, but it's true.
No, it's not, yeah.
Whether it's crazy hype trains, whether it's someone sends something to my PO box that's just so genuine and so those are the sentimental parts for me that really hit home and remind me that I'm definitely doing what I was meant to do. But most memorable, oh god, there's too much. They're all insane. I don't even know.
One of the ones I was watching you unbox Christmas stuff, I think, from a PO box, like PO box from your community. I was laughing so hard. Someone made you like a little like Christmas ornament, but it was like a grenade or something, and you were just flinging it around. And I was laughing so hard because you're like, "What is this?" But I love it.
I'm like, is this like a pickle? What is this? Is this like a penis?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or the grenade, whatever it was. But it was
with
funny.
My community, you never know what they're going to send me. I've gotten glitter bombed before of little peen glitters, like they're little shaped penises. Like glitter bombed. I've gotten like a coloring book of penises. It's great. I still use it.
That's great. Honestly, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, so many memorable moments. Just I think it stems from laughter, and then the sentimental moments really stick with me.
I also love that like you've streamed with your dad, because I used to stream with my dad all the time when I lived back in Canada.
Yeah,
and, like we would do like board game streams and like pumpkin carvings, like everything on stream together.
Yeah,
and I saw like you stream with your dad too, and I was like, I love that. Like it's such a fun thing to do. And a lot of people like don't get to do that.
Is your dad gonna come visit and like see you and play
soon? Yeah, soon.
Okay, good. Yeah,
and he's also a big reason why I got into video games. So we share that like love for gaming.
Is he a nerd too?
Yeah, big nerd.
Yeah, my dad's a nerd too. You guys have all met him. He's a big old nerd.
He's so funny though.
Thank you. Yeah, family's important. And he's really embraced it. And he really, in the beginning, my parents did not embrace my streaming. What about your parents?
Oh yeah, no, they were like, well, my dad,
what are you doing?
He kind of understood it. Because he's a gamer. My mom was like, my mom's still sometimes like, oh, like you're just doing your gaming thing. I'm like, Mom, it's my job. But like my grandparents too, like only when I started telling them the brands I was working with and what I was doing, they're like, whoa, like I know this brand. Okay, I get it.
Isn't that crazy how brands and money is what makes things like people take it seriously, more seriously, because they don't understand. They like when I first told people I was streaming, people thought I was like doing porn.
Same. They always think like you're like, my grandma was like, people can see you what? And I was like, gaming, grandma, gaming.
They just don't get it. Exactly. They don't get it. This is like, no, it's like, I'm not showing my tatas, even though that would make me go viral. Maybe one day. I'm just kidding. You want this podcast to go really viral on them? Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, look at your shirt. It literally says, I love boobs in video games. So
I know. I wanted to put something fun on because I don't know.
It's great. What are some of the challenges like you faced as a creator?
Oh God, why are you hitting me with all these hard ones? That's what she said. Sorry. Outside of streaming, probably my day-to-day life, the stress is really bad. There's an expectation to be great and relevant all the time.
Yeah.
And when you don't feel relevant, I say this all the time, we are valued by, it's all about analytics in this industry and what you're doing, and trying to get over that and not really harping on the numbers. And people say you shouldn't harp on the numbers and stuff, but to be successful in this field, you have to have goals. You have to have,
you have to strive to be better all the time.
Exactly. And being relevant. And I think the stress of being on social media with there's so much competition. There's so many people out there doing it. I think the stress can kill me. Whether something goes viral on TikTok or if I post a clip, it doesn't do well. Or if you're
just always like, man, what could I be doing better? What am I doing wrong?
Exactly.
This month, my numbers aren't as great as they were last month. Oh my God. It's such a mind, it's so stressful.
It fucks your mind. Yeah. But at the same time, we're always grateful for where we've gotten to. Yeah. But for people to expect us to be complacent and be happy at where we are and not want to get and grow blows my mind. Yeah. Because people don't understand that, we all want to just keep going and thriving. And that's this is what we do for a living. If I just stayed right here and I was like, you know what, I'm good, I don't want to do anything else. What's the...
You don't grow as a person. Personal development isn't there. You're just you don't want to be stagnant. That's not fun.
No, you want to keep going, and your viewers and your followers should respect that and appreciate that. Yeah, and have that and respect the fact that the person that you're watching wants to strive for the best and make this into something amazing and beautiful with their community. And
I think that's so awesome too, because I think that way you can also motivate your community and your viewers. I'm always hey guys, be the best person you can be kind to others, and I think it really helps inspire other people when you're just a kind person and you're also going after your dreams, and then people can be hey, wow, this person's also going after their dreams and they're succeeding. I can do it too. Everybody can do it. You just really have to apply yourself and motivate yourself and all of that fun stuff.
No, you're absolutely correct on that. I agree 100%. Yes.
What would you be doing now if you were not a creator?
I'd be stripping and making a shit ton of money. I'm just kidding. I have gained weight though. My tits are huge. So. I'm sorry. I keep fucking with my hair. It's pissing me off. I'm going to put it back here. Okay.
Did you ever have plans to go to college or work, or if you did, I'm not sure, work a 9 to 5,
Yeah. So I didn't go to college. I went to college and I hated it. So I said, no, thank you. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur and do something.
Yeah, different.
With something different. College was just not for me. I have my thoughts and feelings about college, but depending, whatever, situational. But if I was not doing this, I would probably be lost and have no idea. I would hope that at some point I would have figured it out. I wanted to go to college to do radiology, X-ray tech, and yeah.
Oh my God, the world wouldn't have been able to see you and your freaking...
I know.
Greatness.
Except for the people that I'm X-raying. Then I would be trying to make them laugh and making weird dad jokes, and they'd be like, who the fuck is this bitch?
The X-rays would never come out right. They'd all be blurry.
I know. We're sorry.
They're laughing so hard.
I know. But other than that, I didn't go to college.
Did you ever have a goal when you were younger? I want to be this when I grow up. Or you always I want to be an entrepreneur.
You know what I will say? Is one of the things that has changed in my life that I always was I want this and I want this in my life is I was always I want to get married and I want to have kids before a certain point. Yeah. And I don't care anymore. Yeah. Because my career is everything to me. So that's the one thing I did say when I was younger, and I was oh, I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to have a blah, blah, whatever. I'm not saying I don't want kids one day, but it's not
number one anymore.
It's not number one anymore. Yeah. And everything's changed because this is everything to me. I finally have something I'm passionate about. And, so I'm just taking life one day at a time. And if that is not in the cards for me, it's not, or maybe it is, who knows? Yeah. But my career, I'm so focused on right now. And I'm very happy. So
that's good. Yeah. I can relate to that of I wanted kids and to be married by 25 and I'm 25 now. I'm I don't want kids anytime soon. I love working, especially as a content creator. If we had kids, That is so difficult to make it work. Like, you can't give your all to your kids and to streaming. Like, I just feel like it would be very, very difficult or even more stressful.
Like, well, the way the world is that we're conformed to think that we should do certain things before a certain point.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're all kind of waking up and being like, no,
Hey,
we don't have to do that. You don't need to have kids when you're in your early 20s. And if you do, that's great. Like, we're just saying, like, you don't have to. You don't have to do these things. Like, you don't need to conform to what society has always told us is the norm.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially grandparents being like, when are you giving me grandkids? Or like your parents. I'm like,
I know,
not
right? I'm like,
soon.
shut up. Stop. Don't pressure me, okay? I'm not ready to push a human out of my vagina. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no way. Not anytime soon.
Warning, I drank coffee, so I am just saying it's gonna get interesting. I'm just warning for people listening. I drank coffee today, and this is what happens.
How do you balance IRL and streaming and gaming? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but how do you feel the best way? Like, do you balance it very well? I personally really struggle at balancing like friends, family time, and then also taking care of myself, and then also streaming.
Well, because you have a weird sleep schedule, Autumn.
Yeah, that too.
You go to bed at 6 a.m. and then you wake up. I don't even know what time you wake up. So when you're awake, people
like
are sleeping.
3, 4.
That's why. I'm just saying. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's true. It's kind of true.
I definitely struggle with balancing that. And I think you ask any content creator that's really on that grind to be successful, they're going to say the same exact thing. There's no perfect science. The only thing is that you grind as hard as you can to get to a point where you can finally breathe a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once you get to that point, you want more and you want to keep growing, you want to keep going. But it's like you really got to take a step back and figure your shit out because it's so important, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there really isn't a balance, unfortunately. I go to the gym. I've been trying to get back into the gym.
Dude, it's so hard.
You know. Yeah, it is.
I always struggle with being consistent too with anything in my life. So I'm like, oh man. Or like just having a schedule. I'm like, this is so difficult.
I'm a procrastinator.
Same.
I'm definitely a procrastinator. I'm the same exact way.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it makes us who we are, and I guess it makes us great content creators at the same time.
Exactly. Why am I talking like this?
You must get some wild TikTok comments, by the way.
I know.
Garrett, he has like, I think a couple million on TikTok too. And the comments he gets when I see them, I'm just like, what on earth? Like, they're just so funny or so out of this world ridiculous.
I love calling out trolls though. That's what I thrive on. I love that content because I will wreck them. Will wreck them. I'm so good at it because I've done it so many times. It's just like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So don't come into my stream and try to talk shit to me because I will destroy you and you don't want that. Well, content-wise, they do want that.
Whenever trolls come in my chat too, my mods will time them out. I'm like, no, let me speak to them.
Yes,
and like,
yes,
I'll like put them on like the spotlight, and then after it's like, oh, it's just a joke, bro. I'm like, sure, it was just a joke.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But it always makes for good content on TikTok, so I let it happen. I'm like, go ahead, you can troll me, you know. But yeah.
What are some future goals you want to achieve in the space?
I think I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. Which is inspiring and showing people. I literally, the amount of times people tell me that because of what I do, and I'm not trying to, like, I'm very humbled. This is just saying in general, like what happens behind the scenes. The amount of times people tell me that because of what you do, I am who I am when I stream and I don't care.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you inspire me, you do this, and I want to continue to do that, but I just want to reach more people.
Yeah.
I really feel like, you know, not everyone loves my content. Some people think I'm fucking annoying, and that's totally fine. Like, whatever. Everyone doesn't have to like me. I'm just kidding. I wasn't flipping people off. I'm a nice person. No,
you are.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Okay. And that's totally fine. But for the people that, you know, get me and understand my humor and love what I do, I just want to get out to as many people as I can because I making people laugh is such a joy to be able to do.
Yeah.
But I would love to just continue growing and getting out there and work with some amazing brands. I've got a nice team of sponsors that I'm very blessed for. Yeah. And I have some things in the works. Ooh. So, you know,
we are very grateful for our sponsors.
Yes, we love our sponsors.
Isn't it the best feeling ever when you get content or comments from your community like, hey, you've helped me get into this, or hey, you've helped me with this? Like, it is so nice. Sometimes, like, I feel like as creators, we kind of forget how many people we are actually like touching. Like, how many people are like consuming our content, and it is making a difference. Because like I'm very up. I talk a lot about mental health and therapy and all about that. And I have so many people recently like, hey, Autumn, I started therapy because of you. Thank you. And I just like cried.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. Like that is such an amazing feeling. I'm making a difference.
Don't start crying because you're going to make me cry.
I'm not going to cry. If you
don't cry, Autumn. Don't do it. No, you know what gets me? You know what? It's the one comment that will get me at every time is when people are like, you saved my life.
Oh, I've gotten a few of those.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Every time they're like, you saved my life. And I'm just like, I don't want to cry today. My makeup's going to go everywhere.
We don't even realize we're doing this, but we are. Like some days we're like, oh man, like I don't want to stream today. Like today's a really rough day. But then you think like, man, the amount of people I know I'll help or like make happy today, like that means more than my crappy mood right now. 100
exactly. Yep. That's why you push through. There are times we sit there in front of our stream and we're like, we don't want to go live, but we just do it. Because no matter what we have going on, our communities are going to accept us for who we are, you know?
Yeah, so 100%. And that's the best part of like realizing like, man, I can play whatever I want now. And like my community will still show up. And it's the best feeling when they're not only showing up for the game, but like who you are. It's a great feeling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you been streaming any games recently? Like any games you've been having fun with? There hasn't been a lot lately. I'm
getting back into Call of Duty. Fortune's Keep was fun. I like to jump into randoms and like talk with people and like get some banter going with randos. Yeah. I played like a little bit of Stray. I'm just gonna finish that off stream though because I'm not gonna play it on stream.
Stray?
I have, but I'm not gonna finish it on stream.
Yeah.
It's just for the content that I like to give. I need more.
Like go. Stray's very slow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But it's a beautiful game. It's definitely a beautiful game.
I loved it. It was really
I played
fun.
the Quarry, whatever it's
called.
The
Quarry was so good. You're probably so funny playing that.
I thought it was
everyone?
okay.
Did you get everyone killed?
In the beginning, I was like, I'm trying to kill as many people, but then I'm like, I don't know. I wanted a better ending. I'm a very like story driven. Like I love really good stories. Same. I think it was definitely entertaining, but also the same thing is, it was just weird for me to stream it. But it was okay for me. It wasn't my thing, but
yeah. How have you played The Last of Us?
Oh, don't even. I want to cry. I love that game.
My favorite. I'm also very like story driven. What about Detroit Become Human?
Yeah, I played that when it first came out a long time ago.
I'm replaying it again because I forgot most of it. So
my manager manages the guy in that game.
Oh, because he streams on Twitch too, right?
Yeah. Him and his wife, they're amazing. Yeah. But
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. That game was amazing. I played it when it first came out. I would love to play it again to see if I can get a different ending, but it was a beautiful game. So, yeah.
Are there any games you're looking forward to this year that are supposed to come out? I know there's a Harry Potter game that comes out. There's not too many crazy good ones.
I like a good story. I don't know. Yeah. I'm really focused on IRL content right now. And as long as it's a good story, you know what I also really enjoy playing are those the indie games. Like I played this weird SpongeBob game recently, like the scary game. It was so funny. And there's like a Shrek game,
SpongeBob game.
Yes. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Scary Shrek game.
I saw
a scary Shrek game, and I was like, "What?" Oh
yeah, Shrek. I'm like, yes. I love playing indie games. I love it because it's so much fun to react to them, and they're just so bad.
They're just so crazy and weird.
It makes good content. Yeah.
I also love that Shrek is always relevant. It's my favorite.
I know. It's so funny. His memes and everything is hilarious. I can watch that movie all the time.
Yeah.
It's good.
So I have a few little topics we can discuss. TikTok.
Yeah, I love topics.
Woo! TikTok is beginning to test their pilot testing their mini games. So I don't know if you heard about this. But they have a handful of mini games on their app now, so they're trying to test one of the games is from AIM Lab, which is interesting. But
wait, what do you mean by mini games?
So according to the report, the social media's app pilot is programmed to stock with games by mobile developers. So like people are streaming these mobile games specifically on TikTok, like these specific mini games.
Oh my god, that sounds like such a fucking scam. Sorry, it sounds like such a scam. It's like pushing mobile device games. I mean, there's live streaming. I mean, you and I both know like you can live stream on there and play video games, but like these little games, like
TikTok wants to test audience reception and how the current selection of games performs on the app. And they're just like random kitten games, Space Destroyer, Pika-Hoo, Tap the Difference. They're just really random.
It gives people the ability to stream and go live and play games without having to do it with a professional setup because you do it right from your phone. Yeah. So it takes your face, I'm assuming, and then you just play the game on your phone. Yeah. I guarantee you that's what it is. Yeah. It's better than doing like OBS, and because for the people that stream,
don't have that.
A lot of people don't have that. So
Yeah.
I see
smart.
that. It is smart. It's just so, oh God, it's going to be so oversaturated.
It's gonna be
It's
so
annoying.
oversaturated. Also super excited. The Game of Thrones prequel House of Dragon premieres August 21st.
I can't wait for dragons.
I am really excited for this, but I'm a little like nervous because it's so hyped. I hope it's not overhyped. Like I hope.
See, let's just be honest. The only reason why any of us watch Game of Thrones is for tits and dragons, okay? So, and like the nudity. So let's be real. So the fact that they're doing a whole show on the dragons, there better be titties, and I'll be completely happy. I'll be seriously. I just rewatched Game of Thrones for the second time this past year, since the beginning of the year, and I watched it a second time. And the second time you watch it, you pick up on things that you don't pick up on the first time, and I still loved it. I'm the type of person. I'm not mad at the ending. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very climactic. I mean, story-wise, does it kind of just suck that it all kind of like ends? Yeah, but at the same time, it's so beautifully done. The graphics are insane. It's just, it's so hard for me to like after rewatching the last episode or the last part of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm not as mad as like everyone else is about it. So, but I'm excited for the new one.
A little cheesed. I love Daenerys, and I was like so freaking sad.
Wait,
what?
Cheesed. Hold on. What does cheesed mean?
Like, wait, you've
Like
never heard
farting?
the term?
No.
Cheesed, like
what
mad.
does cheesed
Like,
mean?
wait, you've never heard that?
No, wait, who
Really?
invented cheesed being mad?
I feel like maybe it was a Canadian thing. I don't know.
You know what? I'm so fucking cheesed right now. Like,
You've never-
I think of cheese.
I can't believe you've never heard of it. Cheesed.
No.
What? Maybe
Cheesed?
it's a Canadian thing?
I just think of farting when I hear of cheese because cheese makes me gassy.
I don't know.
Is it a Canadian thing?
Yeah. Cheese means to like frustrate or like you were cheesed off.
Wow. Why did they choose
Disgusted, you were
cheese? What
fed
about
up.
what about fucking baloney?
Okay, so it's
I'm
a British
baloneyed
slang.
right now.
It's a British slang, so it makes sense why
Oh.
like Canadians say it then. Yeah, it's a Canadian thing, I guess, too.
Oh, okay.
Wow, what
That's
the
so
heck?
weird. I feel like there's a better word out there to explain that you're frustrated, like a better food choice.
All
I
the
don't
British
know.
and Canadians are gonna be like, excuse me.
I'm
cheese
so
is
sorry,
great.
guys, but come on. Like, what the hell?
Another interesting topic. The new Sims 4 update included a bug that allows you to date your family members. And it was all over Twitter. It was everywhere. People were like, why is it asking me to marry my brother? Like,
Okay, wait, hold on a second. What? I mean, if your brother was hot, I guess it'd be. I'm just kidding. I mean, wouldn't that suck if you had like a hot brother? That would kind of suck. Wouldn't it?
no.
I mean, yeah, a little. Is that weird to say? Okay, I take that out. Take that back. I take that back. But imagine if your brother was okay. Never.
I feel like
it's
you
getting
wouldn't
weird.
know because it's your brother. You know what I mean?
I feel like you would know, though. I don't know, but this is the thing. I think they do this shit on purpose to get attention, and I don't think that
Really?
was. Yeah, I think video games and people do that stuff on purpose.
Wow.
110%.
They did just announce the new Sims 5 soon, so like.
That's why. And guess what?
That's
They're probably trending,
interesting.
and they're gonna go trending on Twitter. Listen,
And they tweeted like, sorry, it's a bug. We're trying to fix it.
bullshit.
And when they even tweeted it,
Bullshit.
they explained it too. So it's
No.
interesting.
Bullshit. They did it on purpose. You can't tell me that, especially because that's a big thing in the game, that happened by accident, on accident, or by
It was like a
accident or on
new
accident.
High school update, and then it happened, but I don't know.
Nope. Nope. They do it for media. They do it for attention. People talk about it. They fix the bug, and then guess what? A new Sims is coming out.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting take. I didn't even think about that.
A lot of things that happen in what we do, just watch. A lot of stuff that happens, it happens on purpose. It's not by mistake. It's not.
True. And talking about other mistakes, did you see Will Smith made a YouTube video apologizing to Chris Rock about the Oscars?
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Oh my God. I quote that. I can hear it all the time.
Dude, his video, I was watching through it before we started, but it's a 5-minute video. It's called...
He's apologizing, right?
Yeah.
I saw it on TikTok.
In the first comment, and it has 20,000 likes on YouTube. Can't believe Will was able to nearly perfectly pull off the YouTuber apology video after only 4 months of training. Because in the first part of the video, he's like, it took me 4 months to do work on myself and help myself, etc.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that he apologized way too late.
Obviously, there was some trauma and triggers there for sure. No one reacts the way he did.
Like, what the fuck was he doing? Listen, I love
Crazy.
Will Smith. I've always liked his content. I've always liked his stuff. But like, I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't care how rich or famous that you are. It's decent being a decent human. You just don't, whatever. It is what it is. You just don't, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, and then, like, to put that much effort, it's not like they were like sitting right next to each other. He literally got up and did it. And I'm just like
Chris Rock took that like a champ.
I know. He took it like he's like, did I just get slapped? Like, what? He did, you know, honestly. And imagine if he actually punched him.
Yeah.
And that's why he slapped him. If he punched him,
oh my God.
I mean,
he would have broke his nose probably.
Like, whatever. But here's the thing, right? People make mistakes, but how I choose to either accept it back into my life or not is really what it comes down to. And just in general with things, you know, like I choose just not to follow him anymore. That was my decision on it. I don't want to follow him. You know, if he's in a movie that I'm watching, fine, but I'm not like, oh, fuck him. But I'm also not like, it's okay, Will, you're a human.
You're not going to jump on a bandwagon. You're just like, hey, it is what it is.
I don't do that. I don't agree with what happened. I'm glad he's getting the help that he needed, but I'm actually really happy that Chris hasn't agreed to talk to him yet. He's like taking time, you know.
Interesting, yeah. No,
that's what he said, that Chris hasn't taken his phone call and he's not ready to have that conversation, you know.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how like these celebrities can do one thing like that and just ruin their entire careers. Like,
he'll come back though. It's Will motherfucking Smith. He's gonna come back. Just wait. He's going to come back. He will listen.
I mean,
time.
It's crazy because like look how long it took Johnny Depp to even like get his name cleared and like that entire mess. But that was including like a woman, which like people always deem that like women are always the victims, which obviously men can be too.
No, absolutely. But at the end of the day, there are so much more important things going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'll look at some things on media and I'm like, this is such a first world problem. Like, what in the world?
Do like people even understand? It's terrifying where social media is going and what direction that we're headed. So, but I make it a point I don't talk about it in my streams. I don't like to bring it up. I like to stay positive. If there's something that I'm passionate about that I definitely do not agree with. Yeah. And like, I definitely, you know, I will talk about it. Like, I'm just, or like,
you can't not talk about it. You're like,
yeah. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, people suck at driving. Like, don't drive 65 in the passing lane on the highway. But when it comes down to stuff that is triggering for people, I stay away from it. And that's just my decision. What about you? Yeah. Do you talk about like stuff that are like, that's like going on?
I try not to, but sometimes, if there's something that like I really want to talk about, I just can't not, because I feel like some people just are so, I think sometimes I don't like when people just like avoid topics all the time because they want to pretend like in their happy little world. I think some topics should be talked about, like mental health, for instance. Like I talk about mental health a lot, and some people like, again, like sometimes I'm like, hey guys, like trigger warning, we're talking about mental health. Like I let people know before I'm like, hey, therapy. I think it all just depends on like who you are as a creator and like what you like, what your community likes to. Because some people like just want to go to your stream and laugh the entire time. They don't want to think about their problems.
But they'll like twist your words too, and they'll make it out to be something different. And it's I think you can also agree with me that it's terrifying. Yeah, because you say one thing. Oh, it's so you scary. Do one thing. One thing you can get canceled. Not, like, you know,
super knowledge about, and I'm trying to like talk about it, but I don't want to say something wrong, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get canceled.
Well, that's why I say I'm like, I don't know all the facts. This is just what I feel about the situation, and it's scary. All it takes is one thing. But we're decent human beings. Like we don't say like fucked up shit or do stupid stuff. But sometimes you never know. All it takes is someone to twist your words,
rip you apart. It's crazy.
Like people don't understand as content creators, it's terrifying. You don't know what is going to happen, and that's the truth. So we take a big risk too, but you know, all we can do is just try to, I don't know, whatever. Content creation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we've kind of wrapped up our podcast episode today.
That's it. I could keep going. Let's keep going.
No, there's so many things we could talk about. I really am grateful to have you on the second episode of Field of View. Thank you. I'm asking all of the guests for the show, what's one piece of advice you'd like to give to everybody listening?
Okay, hold on. Let me like dig deep for this one. I'm trying to be like, do I want to be funny or do I want to be serious? Oh my God. The thing that I always say is there's nothing more freeing in the world than to be your authentic self and not be judged for it.
Oh, I
and
love
if
that.
you are judged for it, who fucking cares? As long as you're a good human being, obviously. If you're not hurting anybody, stop caring what people think about you.
Yeah.
Own that shit. Be confident. Love yourself. Be authentic. Don't be something that you're not just because it works for other people.
Yeah.
And that goes for streaming and not streaming, you know? And once you figure that out and once you learn to love yourself for who you are and not give a fuck what people think, that feeling is a feeling that will blow your mind. And it feels so good.
Life changing.
Yeah. It's like an orgasm. I'm just kidding. Wait, that got weird. That got weird. See, I ruined it. I knew I was going to ruin it. I got weird. I knew I was going to say something stupid. That was a really good moment. I fucked it up. Okay.
No, that was great. I freaking love you. That is great piece of advice. I think being authentically yourself is the most important thing you can do in this world. And just being kind to others and being kind to yourself. I think a lot of people forget to be kind to themselves too.
Yeah.
But thank you so much 100%. For being on this episode 2.
Yay!
It was freaking great talking to you.
I want to come back.
Yes, no, 100%. We can do other segments where we have a bunch of guests. Like, I would love to have you on with other people. Like,
Hell yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this would be a lot of fun. And by the way, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I was very nervous starting this out because I was like, oh my God, it's out of my comfort zone, but it is what it is. I'm excited. I just want, like, the whole point of this podcast is for people to really learn about content creators and see our field of view and see the struggles we go through or the enjoyment we go through and, you know, all of that. A lot of people don't really understand, like, the ins and outs of being a content creator, so.
No, absolutely, and I'm so proud of you. I really am. But we got to get together and collab soon, do something soon for sure. Yes, but thank you so much for having me. Yeah. I know I want to RP. We got to get back into it. I got to. I was laughing so hard, but I really appreciate you having me, and I am here whenever you want to have me back. If I didn't scare everyone away,
of course. Where can the viewers find you at? What's something you want to shout out for yourself?
Sweeettails with 3 E's. I know it's annoying, but it is what it is. Sweeettails. TAILS. You can find me on every single platform and probably on your dad's phone too. So yeah.
As you guys know, you can also watch these on my YouTube channel every other Wednesday, and it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other streaming platforms for podcasts. If you want to watch this video, yes, exactly. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave comments down below of other guests you'd like to have on the show, other topics you'd like to discuss, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys again for listening and watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day in this beautiful world.